That now with hand collite. I don't want to mess with that here now because it's right against that, so we'll deal with it another way later. So we start out by putting some rosin onto our drawing, and we're just covering the drawing area. We're not covering the entire stone. Again, the idea, what the rosin does, it helps make the drawing material more acid resistant. And also note that I have taken this out of the tray to do this etch. If you do not do that, you're going to, later when you get to the gum arabic, you're going to have it run it down the side of the stone and then get into the tray, and then it becomes a bigger, another issue. So, then brush this back into here. Actually, what we had just brushed off can be used again for, if you wish to use it. That's fine. Then I have these little cloths, which are called Weber wipes. That's the name, the brand, and everything. Very gently, we're getting the excess of that off. Then we're putting talc onto the image area.
Ooh.
And the purpose of the talc, again, is that it helps draw the etch up to the image. If you don't do that, you'll see the etch be repelled by the grease. I thought I collected everything I need over here. I just realized I didn't grab the gum arabic, so I gotta do that.
Is this safe to breathe in?
I wouldn't do it.
We're doing it right now.
We're all saying everything.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't try to mainline it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Or do or cup. Now, normally these things are sitting out at on the pallet here, and since this has been sitting for a while, it may not want to pump out the way it's supposed to.
The gum arabic.
On my mark here. Yeah, it's not gonna pump.
Gotta do the hard way.
I'll get it cleared for you later.
Whoa.
Half an ounce should do the job.
A shot of gum arabic. I'm kidding.
Okay. Next thing here. We need to put some drops of nitric acid into this gum arabic. You'll note that I have the acid dropper in this little tub. When you're doing this, you can do the first etch your table. Matter of fact, it's probably preferable because we need the presses here for doing the second etch and printing. It's very important because, again, this nitric acid, the Latin term for it is aqua fortis, again, literally meaning strong water. It looks like water. So if we use this and then just plop this down anywhere, we're going to leave little circles of water, which we do not do. So it's very important that we always put it here. It's either on hand or here. Okay, we're going to go with 8 drops, hopefully.
It's not gonna explode.
2. You can go a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and do 9. You'll notice, you may notice you're doing this, you'll see a little bit of fumes coming up, smoky stuff. So that's, again, tells you it's not water.
Don't drink nitric acid.
Oh, I just bit my finger off.
Like, are you kidding?
No, you have to mix it.
Oh, should I go wash my hands after that?
Well, you will regardless.
Because I don't want my.
It doesn't matter if it's nitric acid or not. Gum arabic is very sticky. You're going to have to clean off your hand regardless. Very important
Kind of looks like syrup.
that you do this for about 2 minutes, moving this around constantly. Be sure that immediately that you cover the entire stone versus just the image area. If you don't cover the entire stone, there's a good likelihood that it'll be more want more to have ink get onto the edges of the stone, We're trying to keep what's here as far as ink goes, the way it looks here with the drawing. Some people actually do a stronger etch than what I usually do in here, to the point that perhaps in a handout it talks about, well, see it effervesce, which basically means it's bubbling. Well, it's not nearly that strong enough to react that way here. Keep it going in many different directions. We're going to try to look at the clock.
What is the gum Arabic doing?
It basically helps, it opens the pores of the stone a little bit. Actually, I'll take it back a little bit. The nitric acid in the gum, well, let's go back again further. The gum Arabic itself is slightly acidic. The nitric acid makes it a little bit more acidic. And the acidity helps open the pores of the stone a little bit more. So in fact, we get the chemical. You asked the question.
It was
not
me.
close. Oh, sorry. Zoe. I thought she asked it.
I was still listening. I was still listening.
Where was I then?
Opens up the pores.
You're talking about opening pores,
And then I went. Pores is
I'm going to go a different route here. It opens the pores, yes, but also when we're doing the etching here, it's simply called etching because Sennefelder himself, when he was trying to learn the process of printing intaglio method to do his plays, publish his plays, he just borrowed the terminology used in intaglio printing. And in fact, a little story on this, Sennefelder was trying to, got halfway through here, so we'll go ahead and do this, try to pour this out where it's a little less image area. But Sennefelder himself, when he was trying to, again, publish his plays, and copper being expensive, which is what they made the prints with those days in publishing, he lived in Bavaria, Germany, so they had Bavarian limestone there. So he had a piece of the stone in his studio, and he was simply trying to use it to practice what he referred to as his backwards writing. Well, one day his mother comes in and says, the laundress is here. I need a list from you of your laundry that we're going to send away to be laundered. So for whatever reason, he didn't have paper in the studio, so he just saw the stone, so just so he wouldn't forget, he quickly wrote the information onto the stone. And the mother comes back with a piece of paper. He then transfers the image to the paper to get to the laundress. Once she leaves, he thought, I wonder. So he actually did etch it more along the lines of intaglio, where he used like 1 part acid to 5 parts water. Well, that essentially became the genesis of it. It took him 2 more years. This was July 1796 I'm referring to, and about 2 years later he did perfect the process, doing it the way we do it here. He realized, again, it's not so much the physical action of etching in a way. You're not trying to etch the stone away. You're simply trying to make a chemical reaction result in a physical result.
So this is
Now-
eating away at everything but the drawing part.
Right. Now what I'm doing now, those pencil lines you put in here, I'm scrubbing those away with my fingertips. And since I always have very chapped fingertips, it really works well for me. That's the only use I have. That's the only use I have in the world, my chapped fingertips. But we're not scrubbing nearly enough to make the image disappear as far as that goes.
100 grit fingertips.
Oh, I smell it.
Smells like barbecue sauce.
Oh God, it does.
Okay, now we want to get rid of the excess gum.
Does smell
And
like
we have different sponges, and the one here that's at what's called a half sponge, because it's half, we cut this in half to get what we need here. We use it to get the excess gum off of the stone. So then we're going to buff it with our hand to get it to dry.
I mean, our chapped hands.
Yeah, and buff it.
Sorry, Ken. Sorry, Ken.
And you do it till you feel like you're getting kind of sticky and it's hard to rub. Now you may find as you're doing that, yeah, it got really sticky, and so you kind of drag some of the drawing on top of the gum Arabic. It's not a problem. It's simply removed a little bit of that. The chemical reactions already occurred, got the physical thing we want. And it's just laying now on top of that, so then when we put a fresh coat of gum there later for doing our second etch, that'll come right up and won't even be there anymore. So we'll go ahead and be sure we get it good and dry. We'll put the cover back on. And
Last part is insane.
Yeah, I know.
so one thing I was trying to remember to tell you too is occasionally someone will forget to have rosin and talc. That becomes a problem for you. You won't get a proper etch. This is not a joke. If you realize in the midst of this, while it's still wet before I hit it with the sponge here, this is what you do. You're trying to force the etch up to the image.
If you
Okay.
forget to put the powder on, you want to beat the stone.
Say again?
If you forget the powder, you beat the stone.
Yes.
Okay. Great. I just wanted to be clear.
Just trying to tenderize the image a little bit.
Okay. Who was the delivery? Why you said that?
It's a hardened criminal, you have to tenderize it.
Love the face, love the reaction of this guy.
And check your edges, be sure it's good and dry out there. Yeah, it was funny, one semester, a kid in the old building, he did forget to put the rosin and talc on there, and I'm across the room and I hear him say, "Ken." It's okay, it's okay. So the other thing that's going to be important for us, and I've got to put everything out here properly, is that you always want to be sure you do two things here, as far as our equipment, quote unquote. Always rinse the sponge out. And when you do that, be sure
a whole video
that you're
too.
just squeezing the water out. Don't wring it out. It makes the sponges tear quickly, and we have to get some new ones out. The other thing I did mention is that when we're using this, we want to be sure that the sponge is put in a clean area. So when we first started, that's why I had paper towel here. You don't know what's here. This is over near the graining sink. There could be some grit on top of it. So you just want to be sure that's good and clean. Same thing too. You see a little bit of residue, we still have the gum arabic. Every once in a while I come in, it's like someone didn't clean up the gum arabic.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
So Michael's gonna be sure to be here on Monday because we're gonna use his stone here for a second etch.
Okay. I'll be.
So you want us to do this etch on the weekend?
You can do it if you wish, or you wait till Monday.
Yeah, I'll wait till
The
Monday.
main thing I want to do is to get us where I could show you everything before the 21st.
Awesome. Thanks, Ken.
Do you want us to have the drawing on the stone by Monday?
It'd be ideal, but I mean, we have 15 weeks in the semester. You should be, by the time I